If you are a coach or a consultant or mentor, therapist, you may find that you're currently drowning in a sea of information that's out there because there's just so many things that are vying for your attention. Opt into this, opt into this, opt into this, and you're not quite sure what to do. I know the frustration of having a great idea that you want to bring into the world, but not knowing the first step to take. My name is Denise Mortimer, and I'm a business mentor for women in business, and I help women startups get their business off the launch pad. I want to share with you today about my 3 pillars to help you get your business off the ground. This is called taking your big idea and turning it into an irresistible business offer. I'm going to talk you through my 3 pillars. It's 3 core things that you need to do to get your business up and running. These are the things that when I distilled everything that I learned from my mentors, it came down to these 3 pillars. So I'm going to share them with you now. And if you have any questions, just drop them below and I'll be really happy to answer anything for you. Send me a private message. Really happy to talk to you about any questions that you have here. But this is the exact process that I went through to get my business off the ground. So if you're ready, you might want to get a pen and paper and we're going to go through the 3 pillars. Ready? So pillar 1. I shall reveal it now. Pillar 1 is called preparing the foundations. Oh, I don't want to reveal the other one too soon. That would be bad. So, number 1 is preparing the foundations or preparing the foundation. And the first part of preparing the foundation is making sure that your mindset is in the right place. Now, this can be one of the things that people underestimate greatly when they are starting their business. If your mindset is not in the right place, you are not building a proper foundation for the rest of your business. It may seem trivial, it may seem twee, it may seem unimportant. It's actually the bedrock of everything that you do. So we're going to get your mindset. I have a simple practice that you can put in place to get your mindset super solid and bulletproof. The next thing we look at in pillar 1 is your values and your branding. So when you are clear on your values, you understand how you show up in the world. Now, we all live our values every day, but we don't necessarily always articulate our values. So during this section, you're going to be able to articulate exactly what your values are, and then you know what your brand stands for, because your brand is so much more than just a logo or just a color scheme. Your brand is about how you show up. So we're going to go through your values and we're going to look at how that is going to be represented through your branding. And then the third part of pillar 1 is taking your big idea. So at this point, we want to know, what is it you actually want to do? Because if you're like me, you probably have more than one idea and you're not quite sure which one you want to bring into the world, or you might need to morph a few into one idea, but you don't know how to do that. So we'll take the time at this point to figure out which one or which one is the one that makes you feel most enthusiastic, the one that gives you the most energy, and we'll create from there. So then once we have your big idea, we move on to pillar 2, and pillar 2 is about gaining momentum in your business. So let me reveal pillar 2, gaining momentum. And this is where the first thing we do, and I'm sorry about the ring of light there, but it's just my lighting system that I have here. So gaining momentum is about identifying who exactly your ideal client is. I'm just going to straighten this out a little bit. Who exactly your ideal client is, and sorry about that, and how we're going to profile them. So I have a profiling tool, and we're going to figure out who you serve, because the clearer you are about who you serve, the easier it is to do what's next on this pillar 2, and that's creating your marketing message. So your marketing message is a really fun piece of work to do. And when you have nailed your marketing message, it becomes so easy for people to connect with what you offer. One of the things that people in the coaching, mentoring, consulting industry are afraid of is getting too narrow with who they serve, because they fear that they might exclude people. In fact, the more narrow you get, the more inclusive you can be, because people will know you as the go-to person in that industry. So we're going to get your marketing message nailed. And then the next thing we're going to do in pillar 2 is look at how we're going to build authority. So working on the basis that you may be unknown in the industry or unknown in the offline world or online world, we need to get you known in both of those areas. So we need to build your authority, and there are a number of ways that you would build your authority, but we're going to be consistent, and we're going to take an approach that is going to allow you to stand out from the crowd and establish yourself as an authority. Now, don't be under any illusion that this happens overnight. It happens with consistency. So if you are listening to people who are telling you about overnight successes, there is just no such thing as an overnight success. Most overnight successes take years to get there. My overnight success took me about 3 years. So just stick with it. Consistency is key, and you'll be so amazed and delighted when you've stuck with it and you've weathered the storms and you've come out the other side about how much improvement you can make, how much growth you can have, and how much credibility and authority you can be establishing for yourself. And then finally, we have pillar 3, which is when we create clients. I don't want this to fall on me. So we're going to actually create clients in this pillar. And the first thing we do in pillar 3 is called connect the dots. And by connect the dots, I mean we now identify, we know your marketing message, so we know the pain that people are in, and we know the resolution. We know what your offer is going to be, like the solution that you provide for them. So we're going to create a program that you take them through. So what are the steps that you take them through to get them there? So we create your signature program now. This is what connecting the dots is all about. And your signature program is going to be a really powerful piece of work that you can use as an introductory level program, or a premium product, or an ebook, or a video series. So it can be repurposed in many ways. But first we need to get it sketched out, exactly what it's going to look like. And then once we've done that, we look at generating leads. And when I first started, I didn't even understand the term lead generation, but it's about getting people attracted to your business, getting the right people attracted to your business, people who want to work with you. So there are numerous ways to generate leads, and I want to be clear with you that there's no right or wrong way to do it. But we have to start, and we have to think about who your audience is and how they are engaging with the content that you're putting out there. And then we create lead magnets for them to want to work with you and to draw them in, to be attracted to you, to magnetize themselves to you. And then the final step in the whole of the 9 steps here on the 3 pillars, last step in the elements are creating clients. This is where we actually start inviting people to get onto calls with us, inviting people maybe to come to webinars with us. And we want to then have a sales process in place. Now, having a sales process is like learning to drive a car. You have to copy, and then you innovate. So you can copy my sales script, and then you innovate and you create your own in due course. But right now, if you're unfamiliar with the sales process, you can just follow my sales script and you'll start to close clients with this sales process. So you can see how these 3 pillars all weave together to enable you to start to create clients. Last time I ran this course, the Launchpad, I've had 25 people through this program in November of last year. People had tremendous results. One lady had filled her course the first time she ever ran a course. She filled her course. Another had her course ready and designed and ready to go. Other people were picking up their first paying clients ever, and one of my clients picked up a £50,000 coaching contract. So you can see when you do the work, and it was these pillars that I taught them, when you do the work, you can get amazing outcomes. So I'm running this course again in June, and I want to invite you, if you're interested, to click below and to opt in, have a look at the ebook and video series that I created, to see if you think this is for you, because my big passion is helping people who don't have a clue to get a clue, because I know the frustration, the disappointment, just the pure, like, what do I do next, of not knowing what the steps are to take. And until I did the work, until I worked with some mentors and figured it out myself, and this is my process, this is what I distilled down from, and I've worked with world-class mentors, and these are the key steps that enabled me to move my business forward. So if you have the drive, if you have a business idea that you believe people will pay money for, and you provide a solution, we can absolutely work together. So I want you to click below and opt into the ebook, have a look at the ebook, or check out the video series. And then if you are ready, we can jump on a call and discuss whether this is the right thing for you. I've made this super, super accessible. The price point is accessible. I'm accessible to you. I'm keeping it for a small group of people because I want you to get the maximum results. So if you're interested, click below and I'll catch you soon. Ciao for now.